This is John Cola with DiscountJuicers.com. Today with another exciting episode for you. And in this episode, I'm going to go over the top 8 reasons why you probably aren't juicing. And I'm going to share with you guys my solutions and my tips and tricks so that you guys can overcome the reasons why you're not juicing and get juicing. I'm a solid believer in the power of fresh vegetable, leafy green, and even fruit juice, as they can improve your health. You know, the juices contain the nutrients in the produce, different kind of polyphenols, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that, in my opinion, and based on science and surveys, most Americans are simply not consuming. And I want you guys to incorporate juicing into your lifestyle. I don't want you guys to do a juice fast and do a juice fast for 30 days and lose weight and get the benefits, but then you go back to eating the garbage and the junk food, the processed food, the animal foods in excess that you were used to eating previously. I want you guys to incorporate juicing as a healthy part and a healthy way to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet, even if you are eating a fruit and vegetable based diet, which actually I have been living on myself now for the last 25 years. And despite living on fruits and vegetables, I also like to juice them so I can increase the quantities of fruits and vegetables I get. In any case, let's get into this episode. The top reason why people don't juice is because they say, but John, juicing takes so much time, right? And here's the thing, right? There's a certain amount of time available in every day. 24 hours in every day. I don't know how many minutes or seconds that works out to be. But here's the thing, you guys get to make the choice on what you choose to do with your time while you're here on this amazing planet, right? If you choose to watch football or NBA basketball or watch a movie or binge on Netflix, that's up to you, right? And so when I hear the excuse, I don't have enough time, you know, my response would be, you know, so what do you have time for? What is more important to you than your health? You know, I come from a place where I almost lost my health. The doctor said I might not make it out of the hospital alive when I was younger. And that's not a fun place to be. And when I heard that in my life, that really straightened me up so I would fly right. And so that I would take the time to invest in my health, because I found that there is nothing more greater in your life than your health, especially when you're on the verge of losing it, such as I was. So I would highly encourage you guys, you know, if you guys say you don't have the time, I mean, maybe you're a billionaire or, you know, Tony Robbins or some, you know, rich dude, Elon Musk, that seriously, I mean, that dude, he schedules every 5-minute blocks of his day. And I understand, if Elon told me, John, I don't have the time to juice, I'd be like, all right, Elon, that's fine. What you need to do is you need to hire a personal chef, which he should have anyways, and they need to juice for you so you could juice, right? So even if you're rich and you have no time, if you got no time, then you probably have a lot of money. but I'm like most of you guys, you know, I do my own juicing. I don't hire nobody. I don't do anything like that. So here's the thing, you know, I'd really encourage you guys to think about what is important to you. And if it's important to you, then you will make the time and fit it in, right? I mean, I could juice in some of these juicers, and there's been times where I'm like, oh my God, I'm late for running this appointment or whatever. I gotta be there in 15 minutes or whatever. I have 15 minutes to get out the door. And here's the thing, I've juiced in 15 minutes from just starting fresh with the juicer on the counter and washing my produce, juicing and being done and cleaned up. And I made like 24 ounces. I could probably, depending on what I'm juicing, I could probably even juice 32 ounces in 15 minutes. So it really doesn't need to take that much time if you do it properly. And that's why I have some of the machines on the table today. Some of these machines will be the solution to your excuse for not juicing. So that's, you would want to just get the right machine for you. So aside from making juicing more of a priority in your life and making time for it, because that's very important, if it still is taking too much time, then you could go for something like this juicer over here. This is the Breville Juice Fountain Cold. I'm not a big fan of this, but you could get another centrifugal ejection high-speed machine with a wide feed chute. And literally this juicer will juice your produce in seconds. I mean, literally in 30 seconds you could have a whole glass of juice. Now it is extracted with air and the nutrition quality is lower, but I will always say, you know, I'd rather have you guys drink a fast juice than no juice at all and instead grab a Coke or Pepsi, right? That's worse, right? Even if it's made fast, it's better than not doing it at all. But that being said, based on some of the scientific studies that have come out, I would encourage you guys to take the time to do it right and get a slow juicer such as this guy. This is the Kuvings Whole Slow Juicer Elite C7000. This is my favorite juicer. This has a wide 3-inch feed chute, but unlike the machine on this side that sounds like an airplane taking off in your kitchen, this runs at like 80 RPMs. It's a lot slower. It gets more nutrition out of the skin and seeds of the produce, such as in grapes, you know, than a high-speed juicer will. So you'll get the extra added health advantages of the different polyphenols and antioxidants contained in skins and seeds. And so this would be my choice if I didn't have any time. I mean, just the other day I'll post a video below where I used a Kuvings juicer with a wide feed chute, and I had to do 0 pre-cutting of any produce. And this depends on what you're specifically juicing. So you could choose produce items that you could juice a lot faster because you don't have to really prep them or do a lot to them before you throw them through the juicer. Second reason why people don't juice, they say, John, juicing's so expensive. Well, that's right. Juicing can get expensive, but it doesn't have to be that way, right? I mean, in juicing, there's 2 expenses. Number 1, you got the juicer expense, so you have to buy a juicer. And then number 2, you have to buy the produce. And I'm kind of more focused on the produce because everybody could make a one-time investment. That is literally the best investment that they can make in their health, which is by buying a juicer, and especially a juicer not with a short 1-year throwaway warranty, but a juicer with like a nice 15-year warranty, like the Omega NC800 I have right here. The Kuvings has a 10-year warranty. Also, links down below in the description to purchase these juicers at Discount Juicers. If you guys do enjoy my content, do enjoy what you're learning, I would encourage you guys to support me in my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. This allows me to continue to make these educational videos for you guys, sharing what I know about juicing and helping you guys out as best as I can. The second major expense in juicing is buying the produce, and some people cannot stomach putting apples or carrots through here. Then you basically get the nutritious juice, which is basically a collection of the soluble fiber, vitamins, minerals, and more importantly the phytochemicals, phytonutrients, polyphenols that are being extracted in your glass, and then you're throwing out a percentage of the pulp. Well, hopefully you're not throwing it out, hopefully you're composting it like I am, and even in some cases you could actually take that pulp back through in the NC800 and put it back through the machine to wring it out even drier to get a larger extraction out of it, right? So then you're throwing away very little. But nonetheless, I understand produce costs can get expensive. So what are the solutions? Number 1 solution is harvest wild foods. Most of you guys have a lawn out in front of your house or apartment complex. You could just cut the lawn, which is just grass, and juice the grass if you got the right juicer like the Omega NC800 here. There are also many other wild foods that you may be able to harvest at public parks as long as it's not being sprayed and other places. So I'd encourage you guys to look into wild foods. Dandelions are easily juiced, purslane, a food that's a weed. Stinging nettles even grow randomly in different places on sides of the road, as well as things like lamb's quarter. So I would encourage you to learn about the wild foods. If you want to juice a lot of wild foods, then once again I'd recommend something like a NC800 that can deal with the hard fibers that are in many different wild foods. Now the next thing I would say is grow a garden. Grow your own food. I'm a big gardener. I love gardening, and gardening is the cheapest way to get all the produce you need so that you could juice them. I juiced 100 leaves of the water spinach today out of my garden. That was 100% free. I planted the water spinach, and now I just have endless supply of water spinach all summer until it gets too cold because it's a warm season crop. So gardening. And then the next thing I would say is focus on the produce items that are the least expensive to buy. So for example, I buy like almost all organic produce usually, but if you buy non-organic produce like around me, you could buy a 25-pound bag of juicing carrots for $5.99. 25 pounds for $6. Each pound of carrots will make approximately 1 cup of juice. So if you bought 25 pounds of carrots, that'll make 25 basically cups of juice, which is an 8-ounce serving, or 12 and a half 16-ounce servings of carrot juice, you know, which could easily last you a week if you just do one carrot juice a day. It's just very inexpensive breaking that up. It's like less than $1 a day to juice carrots. If you're juicing like 4 pounds of carrots, it's like less than $1. And that's going to yield you about like a quart of juice a day for $1. So, I mean, you can't even get like a McDonald's, hamburger for $1 anymore, I don't think. And even if you did, and even if that is cheap, the carrot juice is much more nutritious with all the different beta-carotene and phytonutrients and phytochemicals and farcarinol that has been shown to be anti-cancerous actually contained within carrots. So I would recommend and encourage you guys to buy the produce that's on sale. Visit your local ethnic markets. In my town here, we have Hispanic markets that have produce, conventional produce, for super cheap. Sometimes they have like, whatever, celery, 4 heads for $1, or 2 heads for $1, and like all this produce super cheap. Apples, 25 cents a pound, 50 cents a pound. Buy the cheap stuff just to get it in you, to get it juiced in you. And hopefully you'll have some of the fresh produce laying around that you're buying cheap, and you'll just eat it fresh and whole anyways. As much as I do sell juices, I also encourage you guys to eat plenty of fresh produce aside from the juice you are getting. The last method to save money when juicing is to buy in bulk. That is what I often do. I will buy, when I see something on sale, like I saw mangoes on sale the other day, like $5 a case of organic mangoes. I bought 2 cases of mangoes. This was at Sam's Club. I also shop at Costco, which you can buy in bulk. Costco and Sam's are the cheapest place to buy organic carrots and some other fruits and vegetables. Sometimes I also go around to many different health food stores and buy in bulk. So when I see something on sale, I just saw cucumbers the other day on sale, organic cucumbers, 3 for $2. So I bought like 12 of them. So I have a stock and supply of cucumbers that I'm keeping. When I see celery on sale for $1.29 or 99 cents, I'll buy like 10 of them, and I'll have those in my fridge because I'll juice, 4 in a sitting sometimes. And so I want you guys to buy in bulk. You can also check your local wholesale produce terminals that may be near you. I know there's one in Los Angeles, one in San Francisco, and in some of the major cities they may have a produce terminal, where you can buy produce basically wholesale for pennies on the dollar to save lots of money. Third excuse I get a lot is, John, juicers, man, they're so hard to clean. So, I mean, everybody has a different definition of hard to clean. Some people will say the Breville is hard to clean. I wouldn't say that's necessarily hard to clean. It takes some time because the screen has a lot of surface area. They have to scrub with a scrub brush. But what I will say is this: if cleaning is a big deterrent to juicing, then I would encourage you guys to buy the simplest juicer to clean in the entire world that I ever found, and it's right here on the table. It's the Omega NC800. This juicer takes me 80 seconds to clean. Man, if you guys can't dedicate 80 seconds to clean in your life to juice, then you should just turn off this video now. So anyways, this juicer is the easiest to clean. Other juicers can range in time. The Kuvings here will take me about 4 minutes to clean. The Omega VSJ843 will take me 3 minutes to clean. The Green Star, Elite or Green Star Pro might take me like 5 minutes to clean, 4 to 5 minutes to clean. And it just depends on the specific juicer. The Shine here, that's probably about 4 minutes. So juicing cleanup time does not have to take a lot of time. But I think also when you're brand new to juicing and never cleaned the juicer before, you don't have the pattern, the rhythm, you haven't learned the most efficient techniques to clean it. And since I've been doing this so long, trust me, I've cut all the P's and the Q's and cut my corners, so I know how to efficiently clean things. And so I'd encourage you guys to watch my videos if I do have a video on cleaning for this specific juicer. I do have a video on cleaning the NC800 that I'll put a link down below. Now the other thing besides getting the easiest juicer to clean is change your mindset, right? If you think and you believe that juicers are hard to clean and that is your reality, that is your truth, then guess what? Then you've just made the juicing cleaning process harder because of your belief that it is hard. Cleaning a juicer is not that hard. It takes a little bit of time and also some elbow grease with the scrub brush and some soap on it. And you do need to scrub the screen clean after every use, or that the performance of the juicer will go down over time. In addition, juicers can pick up things like mineral deposits and mineral stains and hard water stains and stains from some of the different minerals in the juices such as celery, and in that case, if it gets, crudted up, then you're going to want to soak the juicer parts in hot water and Cascade dishwasher detergent overnight and then scrub clean the next day. That generally will get all those mineral deposits off. Fourth reason people say they're not juicing is because, John, juicing, it's not necessary. I don't need to juice. I already eat a healthy diet. So here's the thing, I'm going to agree with some of you guys out there that juicing may not be necessary for you. I'm not going to say everybody should juice in the world. I think everybody can benefit from juicing in the world, because here's the thing. If you're drinking juice, if you're not drinking juice, what else would you be eating? If you're going to drink juice, like a vegetable juice, instead of eating a candy bar, instead of eating white rice, instead of eating the diet cheese on an Impossible Burger, those foods, in my opinion, are not as healthy as drinking a juice. Of course, if you're just going to eat fresh fruits and vegetables and eat 5 apples instead of juicing 5 apples, I'm not going to argue eating 5 apples is probably healthier. I might argue a little bit that eating, 4 heads of kale is not as healthy as juicing 4 heads of kale, because most people don't digest raw kale that well. So that's a different conundrum. But here's the thing, right? For most people in the world, and most of you guys that are watching this, if you're having a juice, that's going to take the place or displace something that you're eating that's not as healthy. Cereal is not as healthy as fresh juice, in my opinion. Eggs are not as healthy as fresh juice, in my opinion. Like, there's not a whole lot of things healthier than fresh juice, in my opinion, aside from maybe fresh produce and maybe some other whole plant foods that are properly, processed to do minimal damage to the nutrients and the fiber contained within. So in most cases, I think juicing is quite necessary. Now, if you're one of those people that has a dialed-in diet and you're getting all your fruits and vegetables and you're getting your 5 to 10 servings a day, like the government says we should, I mean, I try to get like 20 to more servings a day of fruits and vegetables because I know how good they are. I've seen the data. I've seen the research. Then I'd say, yeah, you don't need to juice, but I think for the majority of people, juicing can be a benefit in their diet to improve an already healthy diet. I'm not going to say juicing could make up for eating junk food, but hey, if you guys are eating junk food and choose to do that, at least offset the junk food with juice, fresh vegetable, leafy green with some fruits in there, and that's going to be a lot healthier, than just not doing it at all. Now, another reason why juicing can be so beneficial is because it does some of the digestion process for you. Our digestive process, basically, we are juice extractors because we eat whole foods, and out the front of us comes a liquid, which hopefully comes out clear because you're pulling the nutrients out of it, and out the rear end of us comes the fiber, right? And this is important because when we put a juicer and we use a juicer to process our produce first, it keeps some of the fiber, the soluble fiber, it removes the insoluble fiber, and it breaks it down. We do not have 3 different stomachs and regurgitate our food like cows to eat grass, but with the juicer we can juice grass and extract the nutrition, the liquid gold. It's the juice of the fiber that feeds you, is what Jay Cordich, formerly known as the Juice Man, taught me, which is totally true. We can get the nutrition out of that food that we might not eat otherwise. In addition, I would say that juicing can increase the volume of fruits and vegetables you can eat, and that's why I'm not a big fan of blending so much, because you could blend a pound of carrots and you're going to have a pound of blended baby food. But if you juice a pound of carrots, you're going to get 8 ounces or 1 cup of basically the essence or the nutrition out of the carrots, and you can get that into you to improve your health. And the other thing is that most people's digestive systems are not up to par, especially if you're working with irritable bowel disease, Crohn's, or colitis. Some people's systems get upset when they have any amount of insoluble fiber. So the soluble fiber in juices can actually, and I've seen this, help heal the body, because you're giving your body a break from some of that hard fiber that could tear up, some people's intestines. And I like that it's actually an easy way to incorporate some of the soluble fiber into your diet that feeds your microbiome, that can enhance them. They've done studies, published studies, where they basically feed people a juice with just 4 ingredients, and it increased their microbiome diversity of different microbes in their digestive systems. And I think that is completely amazing. 5th reason why people don't juice is they can say, John, juicing, that's just sugar. You're drinking liquid sugar when you're juicing. So, I mean, here's the thing. I would strongly disagree with that as a whole, because here's the thing, you know, when you juice vegetables, yes, you will have some sugar, but there is no more sugar in the juice than what is in the fruit itself, as if you were to eat it. So if you juice an apple or you eat an apple, you're getting the same amount of sugar that you would have eaten. Now the juicer allows you to consume more apples in one sitting, but at the same time, the juice you're making is not just straight sugar. It's not just taking like white powdered sugar and putting water and then stirring it up. That's just powdered sugar water with no other nutrients. The amazing thing about fruits and vegetable juices is that aside from the sugar, which mostly is predominantly in fruits and root vegetables, starchy vegetables, you're getting many other things. Number one, you're getting structured water, which is critical for our health. If it's green leafy vegetables, it's likely to be low D water, which is even more impressive. The next thing is that you're getting the soluble fiber that is soluble in water. The fiber is very important for our digestive system, especially for our probiotics and our microbiome to make secondary metabolites such as propionate. In addition, you're also getting the vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients and antioxidants. This is the critical component of the fresh fruits and the fresh vegetables. Yeah, vitamins are poor. You can get scurvy if you don't eat any, things with vitamin C, and fruits and vegetables have tons of vitamin C in them. Also, other different nutrients are contained within, like in watermelons, there's lycopene, in purple carrots, there's anthocyanins, and all these chemical compounds made by the plants have different functions in the body. If you're not getting all the different compounds, your body's not going to be running on all 6 cylinders, and be running efficiently, and you will not be as healthy as possible, in my opinion. There's always new and emerging research showing on this different phytonutrient out of this vegetable. They'll sulforaphane out of broccoli or kale or collard greens, how it's anti-cancer and anti-aging. And every different plant compound or phytochemical can have different results in the body. I mean, look at herbal medicine. Herbal medicine uses plants to basically heal people because of certain properties in the plants. And when you're juicing these plants, you're able to get them into you that you might not otherwise have been able. So, juicing to me is much more than sugar. That being said, I encourage you guys to juice mostly the vegetables, especially the leafy green vegetables and other vegetables as well. Stalk vegetables like celery and even carrots. I mean, carrots have sugar in them. Yes, they have sugar, but they also have anti-cancer compounds in there. They also have beta-carotene in there. There's so many things, to carrot juice. Well, I don't want to drink carrot juice because it's going to turn you orange. Well, there's so many things you could look at. And yeah, if you drink enough carrot juice and you have a light white pigmented skin, you could turn a little bit of shade of orange. But to me, that's a good thing, aside from people looking at you weird, because now you have basically orange tinge to your skin. So you have like a glow, and plus the orange carotenoids that are getting stored in your skin. That to me is kind of sexy, but also it's very important because it gives you protection from the sun and the elements out there, because it's another layer of protection from the inside out instead of smearing something like sunblock on, which is something I just simply don't do. 6th reason that people do not juice is because, John, juicing, it's such a chore. I don't have to do chores, it's a pain, it takes work. So here's the thing, right? Everything in life takes some work that is worth working for or worth doing, and it's worth doing well, in my personal opinion. I think especially in this day and age and in this culture, people are getting so lazy. They'd rather watch Netflix and go buy takeout food or sit in line in the In-N-Out burger. Since the COVID, I've seen fast food chain lines, drive-thrus just being crazy, insanely busy, which I think is just definitely not a good thing, because when you're letting somebody else prepare your food, make your juice, number one, you're going to pay a lot more for it than if you did it yourself, right? Because at juice bars, oh my God, some juices could be $10 for a 16-ounce juice. I'm like, are you kidding me? I could make a 16-ounce carrot juice for 50 cents by using those 25 cents a pound non-organic carrots, and they're not serving you organic carrots anyways. If you didn't want to use organic carrots, then it'd be about $1.20 to make a 16-ounce serving of juice, because organic carrots are around 60 to 70 cents if you're getting a good deal on them like I am. But here's the thing, we just need to get used to a custom of working. And, for juicing being a chore, once again, if that's in your mindset, if you think it's a chore, then guess what? That is going to be your reality. I encourage you guys to make juicing easier. How can you make juicing easier? By pre-prepping the produce you buy. So like maybe you shop on for produce on the weekends, you buy a big 25 pound bag of carrots, you wash them all, you scrub them, you chop off the top and the bottom, that's what I do. Then you could put it in a big plastic tote or bin in your fridge, and when you're ready to juice, all you got to do is pull out the tote, they're already pre-washed, and then put those through the juicer, and voila. You know, you got the juice, you clean the juicer, you're done, and you're easy. I don't know how that's a big chore, right? If you really want it to be easy, get it something like the Kuvings with a 3-inch wide feed chute. Use carrots and, you know, apples, and when you buy the apples, make sure they're smaller diameter so they fit in, and some cucumbers. You could stick those right in the juicer, even with some beets and some carrots, right? No pre-cutting is necessary. It's not going to be chore. It's going to be a lot easier because you don't got to get out the cutting board and pre-cut all these things, and you've got everything pre-prepared. You could buy pre-washed produce, like if you buy spring mix or organic, you know, spinach at Costco, right? You could just throw that through the juicer, maybe put in a carrot, rotate it as you're juicing. You know, Costco even has pre-washed celery these days, organic, you know, that you just basically throw through the juicer, you know, without pre-cutting. If you got something like the Omega NC800 on a vertical juicer, you should be pre-cutting your produce there. The other thing about making it a chore is while you're juicing, do something fun. So when I'm juicing, I'm listening to YouTube. You could be watching your Netflix. You could be listening to music. You could be dancing. You could be juicing naked. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but make it fun when you're juicing. Get your family involved. Maybe if you got kids, like I taught my nephew how to juice, and if I had a kid, I would surely be teaching him how to juice and let him do the juicing for me. You know, I feel comfortable right now that I taught my nephew, who's 11 years old, to use this juicer pretty much unattended. I mean, you should supervise your kids, and, you know, don't let me dissuade you, but if I had an 11-year-old that I trusted, I would surely let him juice on his own so that he could do some of the work for me, right? And also learn a good ethic, and maybe I'd even pay him an allowance to make me juice. Third way not to make juicing a chore, to change and flip your mindset, is find a reason, right? When we have a reason for doing something, you know, it changes our mindset. Like, I'm doing this because I want to see my kids walk down the aisle or graduate high school or college or whatever, because I know my health is not the best. And I know if I juice, you know, I know that I've seen people whose lives have been turned around, their health's been turned around by getting these juices in them. And juicing isn't anything magical. It's just about getting more fruits and vegetables in you. And whether you got to juice them to get them in you, or whether you got to just eat them plain and whole, which actually I prefer juicing them because it allows me to compress and condense the volume of fruits and vegetables that I can eat. It also makes it tasty and delicious. You know, so basically have a reason. You know, my reason for juicing to this day is because I want to lead the healthiest life I can and the longest life I can, and be fully mobile and able to play with my kids when I have kids one day. And, you know, I have the flexibility, the endurance of, you know, people half my age, right? Because I do take my diet seriously, and I do get, you know, and spend time to do physical exercise and other things in my life, and, you know, meditation and all these things. So, you know, change the meaning of it, or find meaning for juicing, and that could also help to flip your mindset so that you will enjoy the process. Seventh reason people aren't juicing is because they don't know what to juice. John, I don't know what to juice, man. I don't know any recipes. And that's one of the biggest complaints I get a lot. John, I just bought a juicer, man. What do I juice? What's the recipes? I want to know a recipe. And here's the thing. To me, a juicer allows you to be creative to make the recipes you want. Of course, you could go to a juice bar and ask them, what recipes do you make there? What do you put in there? What are the amounts? And you could figure out what they use or what you used to buy and make recipes similar to that. You could go and look up and Google recipes, you know, juice recipes, and start juicing them, which is not too difficult. Or you can make your own. Some simple suggestions I have would be, number one, make mono juice recipes. These are quite simple depending on the juicer and the mono produce item you're juicing. It can work better or worse. You know, so what is a mono juice? A mono juice is just juicing one produce item at a time. So you can make straight celery juice, which is what the medical medium recommends, and that's a big craze. It's helped so many people. You can make straight cucumber juice. You can make straight apple juice. You can make straight orange juice. You know, Lots of things can be juiced straight. I mean, I juice straight romaine lettuce, one of my favorites. You know, some other things that taste a bit more strong, maybe not the best to juice straight like kale. Like I wouldn't make kale juice straight. Although I would maybe make wheatgrass juice straight, but only to have like an ounce or 2 ounce shot of that, because that also could be quite strong. The next thing I would recommend is creating your own recipes, right? This is fun. This is where you get to play in the kitchen. And I have a video, I'll post a link down below. Free juice recipes for life, which my techniques are pretty much still the same to this day. The whole concept is you have a whole bunch of base ingredients. Base ingredients could be cucumbers, celery, carrots, apples, pears or Asian pears, right? And these ingredients are used in a large quantity, maybe like 50 to 75% of your juice. And then you have the, other ingredients, which could be a smaller percentage, such as kale or such as beets. They could have a strong flavor, such as turmeric or ginger. And you put smaller quantities of these items in. And provided you follow my base recipe with my adjuncts, your juice recipe should come out pretty good, right? And so it's super simple, super easy. Plus the other thing is I don't like to recommend recipes to you guys because I think everybody's so individual for what they're needing. So I would encourage you guys to tune into your body to see what your body craves, what juices you make that you like. How could you, when you make a juice that doesn't taste good, because I know you guys will do that, I've done it, I rarely do it these days, you could adjust accordingly the next time. Like, oh man, I threw everything that I had in my kitchen fridge because it was what was going bad and the juice tasted horrible. So guess what? You learned successfully how to make a juice that doesn't taste good. So next time you can make a juice that tastes good. So I don't think, just because you don't have a recipe is not an excuse to juice. You can come up with a recipe. You can be creative. You could Google it. You can do a mono juice. So many different things. And that should no longer be an excuse for you after watching this. 8th reason why people don't juice is, John, I don't like the taste of juice, right? So here's the thing. There's many different kinds of produce items. I mean, maybe at a normal grocery store you could have 100 or 200 different kind of produce items in the produce department that you could juice. Each one has a totally different flavor, and I know there's foods that you guys like and there's foods that you guys don't like. So what I would say to you guys that don't like the flavor of juice is, number one, juice the fruits and vegetables, especially the vegetables and the leafy greens that you like, right? Very important. Especially if you're new into it, start out by, I love romaine lettuce salads. Juice straight romaine lettuce. I juice straight romaine lettuce. I love to drink that straight. It tastes so amazing. To me, it tastes like chocolate milk. I don't drink chocolate milk or anything, but it has that kind of bitter, like a little bitter overtone, but it's a really nice, solid green juice. I mean, it's just good. Like, I don't want to drink straight kale juice, but I'll drink straight romaine juice. So, if you like carrots, you like eating carrots, well then juice carrots. And here's the thing. You could juice mostly of what you like and then add in small amounts of the things that you may not like so much. So, say you're trying to get a kid to drink juice, right? He loves grapes, he loves celery. Great. Juice grapes and celery. That's going to make an amazing juice. But then sneak in 1 leaf of kale in there, right? Kale could taste a little bit strong, especially if you didn't grow it yourself, or if it's in the summertime and it's getting really hot. And then the celery and the grapes is going to be the majority of the juice, like 95% of the juice, and it's going to overpower the 1 kale leaf. But now your kid, the child, has 1 kale leaf in him that he wouldn't have had otherwise. Actually, I did this same technique. Post a link down below the video that I made with my nephew Nico, where we juiced kale out of my garden. He loved that juice. I mean, the other thing is, if you got kids, you want to get them involved with the juicing process. That's very important. So I'm highly confident that you guys can create juice recipes that you like. You just need to experiment and find the produce items that you like and work around them. So have large quantities of the things you like with smaller quantities of the things that you don't like so much. But then slowly increase the quantities of the things you don't like so much as you learn, and you will learn and your palate will adjust to like them. Alright, the 9th and final reason why people don't juice is because they say, John, I don't have a juicer, so I can't juice. So number one, I sell a juicer, so I'll say you should buy a juicer, number one. Number two, I would say, is use your teeth. Our teeth are our best juicers. Despite me selling juicers, I'm never going to lie to you guys and tell you that everybody needs a juicer. We have our teeth, although some of you guys may not have your teeth. Our teeth are our best juicers. For example, if I'm in a sugarcane field, right, and I don't have a sugarcane juicer with me, I could take the sugarcane, chop it off and stick it in my mouth and chew. And I suck out the juice and then I spit out all the pulp. So our teeth can be used as juicers. So you can still get the benefits. Now, juicing something like carrots could be a lot of work because you have to put the carrot in, chew it, suck out the juice, and then spit out all the pulp. And that's kind of a pain in the butt, and I just probably wouldn't do that. But you could do that if you wanted to. I mean, also you could juice in a blender. I'm not a big advocate or fan of that because you do lots of oxidative damage to some of the different antioxidants and polyphenols in the juices because of the multiple hits and the high speed of a blender. Plus, in most cases, you need to water down blended mixtures with water to make it blend in the first place. So then, in that case, if you don't have a juicer, then I would recommend buying in a used juicer. I mean, some juicer is better than no juicer. Check out a website like OfferUp or Craigslist. I've scored juicers on those websites for literally, I don't know about pennies on the dollar, but a fraction of the retail price. And that could be quite a good use of your money. Of course, the other thing you guys can do is buy an affordable juicer. So, you know, we sell juicers in all their price ranges, and the least expensive model that I have here today is the Shine juicer over here. This one's about $150, and it has a 3-year warranty, and, you know, that's not a lot of money to invest in your health. That being said, I would say, you know, invest in a better juicer if you don't have one. Make sure you watch my videos so you guys can see how the juicers work, and more importantly, how to use them. Vertical juicers such as these juicers do need to be used in a certain way, or you may think they're just complete garbage because they're getting stuck, they're blocking up, and it's not working right. Well, you need to properly pre-cut your items and feed in the produce properly, and that's why I'm here to show you guys the tips that I've learned over my 25 years of juicing straight so that you guys could juice more effectively in a juicer. And so I think, I mean, if you don't have a juicer, I mean, borrow a juicer from a friend. I'd say just get a juicer, even if you guys got to buy a used one. I personally would invest in a new one because, to me, juicing is one of the mainstays in my diet. I drink 2 juices a day minimum, usually about 64 ounces total because I'll do 2 32-ounce juices. And that displaces basically my breakfast, so that I now have literally 6 to 8 pounds of produce in me before I even put my lunch into me, which is more fruits and vegetables. Anyways, and I think juicing can be a very healthy part of a balanced diet, but you need to start doing it, and hopefully after watching this episode, you've learned some of the reasons why people don't juice, and more importantly, you've learned some of the solutions. Hopefully some of these solutions will be valuable to you, and now you can overcome your fear of not juicing and start juicing today so that you and your family could get healthier, get the weight loss results you want, get the health improvement, build your immune system, you know, and just be a better person because of it. And I want to due to the COVID outbreak, you know, I've been even more so on my juicing program, so I haven't been traveling anywhere. I've been home just making juice every other day, pretty much, and storing it and then drinking it, and just got my diet dialed in. So this is a good opportunity for you guys, if you guys are working from home, not going out a lot, to get into juicing. Start juicing today to change your life for the better tomorrow. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, hey, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, please be sure to comment down below. What are your tips, if you guys have any tips for, you know, to overcome juicing excuses, and what would be your excuse, right? Let other people know, because the community here can all help. We can all help each other become better juicers and juice more fruits and vegetables so that we can all get healthier because of it. Also, be sure to share this video on a Facebook group or on your different social media outlets for somebody that you think it can help so that they can start juicing, because I have found juicing to be probably one of the most important keys to my success with my diet. Next, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss out on my new and upcoming episodes that come out about every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up or what you will be learning on my YouTube channel. I have a variety of topics always coming out, always fresh content, comparing new juicers and teaching you guys about some of the new latest vacuum blending technology so you can preserve more nutrients in your blended smoothies. And a few new vacuum blenders hopefully are coming out later this year. Also, be sure to check my past episodes. I have over 500 episodes on this YouTube channel dedicated to comparing and contrasting and showing you guys all my tips about juicing that I have been learning over the last 25 years now. Make sure you click the little bell to get notified as my new videos come out. So with that, my name is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.